Hello students, today we are going to start our next chapter of chemistry, classification of elements. With the discovery of a large number of elements, it became difficult to study the elements individually. So classification of elements was done to make the study easier. Many scientists classify elements at that time, but first detailed work was done by Mendeleev. He arranged elements in a table and hence the table is known as Mendeleev's periodic table. He gave a law for the arrangement of elements. That law is known as Mendeleev's periodic law. According to this, the physical and chemical properties of elements are periodic function of their atomic masses. That means when we arrange elements in the increasing order of their atomic masses, then after certain time interval, properties repeats themselves, and of course these properties depends upon their atomic masses. At the time of Mendeleev, only 63 elements were known. He arranged those elements in tabular form. This is Mendeleev's periodic table. These horizontal rows are known as periods and these vertical columns are called as groups. So he arranged elements or he prepared that table having 7 groups and 7 periods. Later on, 0 group was added in that periodic table. Although this table was very good and helped a lot to scientists, but it also has some defects. Let us discuss these defects one by one. First defect, position of hydrogen. Hydrogen has been placed in group 1A. Group 1A elements are called as alkali metals, but it also resembles with halogens of group 7th A. Thus, its position in the Mendeleev's periodic table is controversial. Hydrogen resembles with alkali metals and it resembles also with halogens. So in this way, hydrogen can be kept with halogens and can be kept with alkali metals. Mendeleev kept it with alkali metals, so it is a controversy. Second, position of isotopes. As Mendeleev's classification is based on atomic weight, isotopes would have to be placed in different positions due to their different atomic weights. As we know that isotope is a different form of atom with different atomic masses. Atomic numbers are same but atomic masses are different. So if hydrogen has 3 isotopes, 1, 2 and 3, and their masses are different, so according to Mendeleev's law, these 3 forms of hydrogen or these 3 hydrogen isotopes should be kept at different positions at different places. Third, anomalous positions of some elements. Without any proper justification, in some cases the elements with higher atomic mass precedes the elements with lower atomic mass. Mendeleev arranged elements in the increasing order of their atomic masses. So in this way, higher atomic mass elements should come after lighter atomic mass element, but at some places higher atomic mass elements precedes the element with lower atomic masses. Example is aluminium having atomic mass 39.9 precedes potassium having atomic mass 39.1. So this is another drawback of Mendeleev's periodic table. Next is position of lanthanoids and actinoids. Lanthanoids and actinoids were not placed in the main periodic table. These are given a separate place in periodic table. So this is a major drawback of that periodic table. So after that, scientists thought about a modified periodic table, and later on Moseley gave modified Mendeleev's periodic table and he also modified his law. According to him, physical and chemical properties of elements are periodic function of their atomic numbers. That means Moseley arrange elements according to their atomic numbers, not according to their atomic masses. This periodic table and this periodic law is known as the modern periodic table and modern periodic law respectively. This table is modern periodic table having 18 groups, 1 to 18 and 7 periods. These are lanthanoid and actinoids having separate place. This modern periodic table is based on electronic configuration, and in this way whole of the periodic table can be divided into 4 groups according to the subshell in which valence electron enters. So in this way these first two groups, group number 1 and 2, are called as S block elements, as in these elements last electron enters in S subshell. Group number 13 to 18 are called as P block elements since valence electron enters in P subshell. Group number 3 to group number 12, middle one, these are called as D block elements as last electron enters in D subshell, and these elements, lanthanoids and actinoids, are called as F block elements because last electron enters in F subshell. First period contain 2 elements, so it is called as shortest period. Second and third period contain 8 elements in each, so these 2 periods are called as short periods. Fourth and fifth period containing 18 elements, these are called as long periods. Sixth period is called as longest period. Seventh period is still incomplete. Okay, now let us have a look on the general characteristic of each block elements. First is S block elements. In these last electron enters in S subshell. The group number is first and second as I have discussed just now, and general electronic configuration is NS1 or 2 where N is period number. P block elements, last electron enters in P subshell, group number from 13 to 18. General configuration is NS2 and P1 to 6. Very important to note this point. This is the only block which contains metals, non-metals and metalloids. Examples of metalloids are these. The elements of S and P block elements are collectively called representative elements. D block elements are those elements which are placed in group number 3rd to 12th, and in these elements last electron enters in D subshell. These elements have inner incomplete shell which is called as penultimate shell, and these elements are also known as transition elements. And similarly, F block elements are those elements in which last electron enters in F subshell. They constitute two series, 4F which are known as lanthanoids and 5F which are known as actinoids. General electronic configuration is N-2F1 to 14, N-1D1 to 10, NS2. Now let us discuss limitations of long form of periodic table. First is same as we have discussed in the case of Mendeleev's periodic table. Position of hydrogen still remains uncertain. Hydrogen is in first period, but still it can be kept with halogens also, so it is uncertain. Second is inner transition element, that means F block elements do not find a place in the main body of the table, they are placed separately. Next, let us discuss how can we find out position of an element in the periodic table. First, we have to write electronic configuration of the element. The principal quantum number of the valence shell represents the period of the element. As I told you, in configuration, principal quantum number represents period of the element. Let us discuss this process for each block element. If element belongs to S block, how we'll come to know that element belongs to S block? With the help of its configuration. For example, sodium. Last electron enters in S subshell, so sodium belongs to S block. Now its group number. Group number for S block elements is same as the number of Ns electrons. In sodium, last electron enters in 3s. 3s has only one electron, so its group number is 1. Its period is 3. This 3 is its principal quantum number. Okay. Next, for p block elements, group number can be find out by using this formula: 10 plus number of Ns and Np electrons. For example, chlorine, its configuration is this: principal quantum number is 3, so its period is 3, group number 10 plus number of Ns and Np electrons, so 10 plus 7, as S and P subshell contain 2 and 5 electrons, so in last shell it contains 7 electrons. So in this way its group number is 17, and we all know that chlorine is 17th group of third period. For D block elements, formula is number of n-1 D plus Ns electrons. So let us discuss position of copper. Write down its configuration. Now put the values or number of electrons in the formula. n-1 D electron 10, Ns electron, last shell is the nth shell, it contains 1 electron, so 10 plus 1, 11. That means copper belongs to 4th period 11th group, and actually copper has this position. Okay. Now next we'll discuss IUPAC nomenclature of elements with atomic number more than 100. The names are derived directly from the atomic numbers using numerical roots for 0 to 9 and adding the suffix em. For digit, root word is nil, represented by n. For 1, it is un, represented by u. That means first letter we write as its abbreviation. Okay. Let us see some examples. How we can write IUPAC name of elements with atomic number more than 100. Atomic number 101, 101. So for 1, we will write un. Okay. Un. For 0, nil. For 1, un and suffixed by em. So name is un-nil anium. Last word should be suffixed by em, and its symbol is U and U. Okay, first letter of each abbreviation. 102, un-nil by em. Un-nil by em, and representation is UNB. See? So in this way we can write name and symbol for elements having atomic number more than 100. So this is all about today's video. In next video I will discuss periodic properties of elements. Thank you.